Welcome to episode 1 of Board Straight. Today I'm filming in our basement's multi-purpose room because it's just too darn cold to be in the garage. I know that the internet is filled with weekly woodworking shows, and there are some very good ones. I don't want to create another weekly show until I feel like I have enough relevant content to fill a show. I do want to communicate with the woodworking community, so I decided to create Board Straight. While Board Straight will not be a weekly woodworking show, it'll be more of a as-needed woodworking show, I do have some relevant information that I want to share with you guys. First up, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who takes the time to watch my videos, and especially to those of you who take the time to comment on them. As a video creator, your comments are a great source of learning and inspiration, and I love interacting with everyone in the community. I make the effort to answer each and every question or comment that I receive. So if you comment on one of my videos and you would like me to be able to respond to you, please make sure that you have your settings in YouTube set properly so that I can do so. Here's what you need to do to make sure those settings are properly set. I will also include these instructions in the description. From your YouTube My Channel page, click on your photo in the upper right corner. A box will open and you'll see a little symbol that resembles a gear. That is your YouTube settings. Please click on that gear. Once you've clicked on the gear, click Edit on Google+. From your Google+ page, click on YouTube. Then click Google+ Settings. And make sure Who Can Comment on Your Public Posts is checked. Doing that will allow me to respond to your comments, as well as any other comments you might post out on other video sites. The creators of those sites will be able to respond to you as well. I'd like to answer and comment on a couple of questions I recently received on 2 of my videos, but was unable to due to improper YouTube settings. I recently did a video for the Scrap Bin Challenge where I attempted to make a bead tumbler for pen cutoffs using my lathe and a paint can. In the process, I ended up burning up the motor in my big lathe. I'll go ahead and include a link to that video down in the description section, but there have been a number of questions regarding that lathe. Edwin asked, can you get a replacement motor for your lathe? I have a lathe just like yours, and I'm not able to get a replacement motor for it. Edwin, I have not attempted to replace that motor yet. Personally, I would not contact the manufacturer simply because my lathe was a very inexpensive lathe, and truthfully, I could probably purchase another one just like it for not much more money than I would be charged for the motor. I suspect that if I was to get the motor's information off of the plaque as well as the bolt pattern for the motor, that I could probably find one for a much more reasonable cost. I'm currently trying to make the decision as to whether I want to attempt a motor replacement or whether I want to try to save a little money up and purchase a nicer lathe. About a year ago, I did a video called Bringing Out the Purple in Your Purpleheart. I've also included that link down in the description. In the video, I use a small torch to quickly oxidize my Purpleheart and bring out the color. Jen Marie sent me a comment that she recently acquired some Purpleheart and could not wait to try my torch method to oxidize and purple up her Purpleheart. Jen, be sure when attempting this process that you keep the torch moving at a consistent rate back and forth on the blank and at a safe distance from the blank. Holding it in one place too long will allow it to char the blank and ruin your Purpleheart. What I recommend is your cutoffs from your blank, turn those down and use them as practice pieces to practice this technique. And once you feel comfortable with it, then you can move on to your actual blanks. My most recent video was circuit board ink pen. In this video, I took one of Penn State's circuit board blanks and turned it into a pen. Along the way, I had some difficulties, so as I did the video, I discussed those and showed how I overcame them. One thing that I forgot to mention in the video was the area that had chipped out. I thoroughly cleaned that before I applied my super glue patch. Not cleaning that area thoroughly could leave particles in the blank which would show as defects and may not allow the patch to take properly and hold. I'd like to talk about some of my upcoming project videos. I was able to get a hold of some LDPE, some low-density polyethylene blobs. This material is used to make pipes that are placed along the side of the road to direct traffic flow. Here's a photo of one of those pipes. I want to attempt to turn a pin from this material. I expect it to turn very easily. The concern that I have is how to finish the material. I think finishing is going to be very tricky. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment down below. I live in the Midwest and I am literally surrounded by cornfields. So I thought it might be kind of fun to try to turn a pin from a corn cob. The other day, they were combining a field, so I followed the combine and I picked up some of the cobs. They're good and dry, so look for a video soon on turning a pin from these. We recently changed paint colors in several of the rooms in our home. That left me with varying amounts of latex paint still in the cans. Now I cannot dispose of that paint by throwing it in the trash, so I needed to find something to do with it. And I decided to try to make some latex pin blanks. As you can imagine, using a thick layer of latex paint takes quite a bit of time to dry. So I've been working on this project for quite some time, and here's a sneak peek of what I've got so far. There'll be more on that really soon. I've been working on my wife's Christmas Intarsia gift. I'm filming the process as I go, so there will be a video once it's complete. This video will not be as detailed as last year's Intarsia series. It'll be more of an overview of the project coming together. If you're interested in seeing the how-to Intarsia video series that I did last year, I'll go ahead and include a link to the first video in the description. Those videos are in a playlist, so once you watch the first one, the rest of them will just automatically start. Since I'm so bad about remembering to do this in my videos, I'd like to give a few shout-outs to some fellow woodworkers. Links to their channels will be provided in the description below. Please check out their work and consider subscribing. The first shout-out I want to give is to Leldon Maxey. Leldon Maxey is quite possibly one of the best scroll sawers I have ever met. You're going to love his work. He's new to video. He doesn't have a lot of them out yet, but I'm hoping there'll be more as time goes on. And what he has done is, just check it out. It's amazing. Chris Pine. Chris Pine is an excellent woodworker who does not limit himself to one discipline. Chris does all different types of woodworking, and he also does some turning. Next up's Dean Evans. Dean Evans is really new to the video thing, but I think he's going to be somebody we're going to want to watch. He's very creative, he's got some cool ideas, so I'm keeping an eye on Dean. Last but not least is Mike Walt. Now Mike is a woodturner extraordinaire. He's an excellent teacher and he makes some of the most amazing turnings on his lathe in his videos. So please take a couple of minutes after you watch my video, of course, click on the links, check these guys out, give them a like, subscribe to them, leave them some comments, let them know that you appreciate what they're doing, and let's encourage them to keep making more videos for all of us to enjoy. I recently hit 2,500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you who has subscribed to me and made this milestone possible. When I started this, I never really thought I would make anything of it. I was just goofing off and having some fun. I pledge to continue making entertaining and educational videos as long as you promise to keep watching. I'd also like to mention that I recently started a Facebook page. It's kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what I'm working on in the shop. So if you use Facebook, I invite you to type RJBWoodTurner in your search box and give me a like. Even though the channel is new, I'm having a great time interacting with all of the people on Facebook who like to comment or ask questions. So just like YouTube, I will answer all comments and all questions that you post for me over on that channel. Lastly, I want to come up with a video for RJBWoodTurner. Something really simple. I'm looking for ideas. If anyone out there has any ideas on a possible simple design logo for me to use, I would greatly appreciate hearing them. And that wraps up the first episode of Board Straight. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're not a subscriber, I'm inviting you to click that subscribe button down below. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, leave me a comment, maybe some suggestions on what I can do to improve the next show. Truthfully, I don't know when that'll be. I don't want to bombard you with a bunch of useless information, but when I have some more stuff that I want to share with you, I'll put out another episode. As always, I will answer any comments or questions you might post. And remember, guys, I say it every time, you are always welcome in my shop. Have a great day.